It is now public news, it is official. I am training for my very first marathon, the Valencia marathon. Tomorrow I've got a 32-kilometer long run on the plan, which will be my hardest to date. I have done the distance, 32 kilometers, once before, last weekend actually, but the distance combined with the intensity of tomorrow's long run workout is going to be unknown territory, and I'm a bit nervous about it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this long run workout to do a bit of a carb loading test today, because it is also something I need to practice. So basically in this video, I'm going to take you through what I am eating today, trying to do, I would say, like a moderate carb load, which I will try to keep low FODMAP. I'll explain why. Also going to show you what I eat tomorrow before, during, after this long run, and of course the long run workout itself. So the guideline when you're carb loading is to shoot for 8 to 12 grams of carbohydrates per kilogram of body weight. Today I will stay on the lower side, 8-9 grams, because, well, one, I am not running a marathon tomorrow, and two, it is my first proper practice of this. I don't want to go overboard. I just want to get a better gauge of how much food it represents to kind of like hit that sort of carb intake. Now, I don't really want to drive the discussion towards body weight specifically, so I will not be sharing the exact measurements and grams of carbs of what I'm eating today. Also, if it doesn't look like a ton of carbs to you, look, I'm a shorty, 154 centimeters, which is maybe not even 5 foot in terms of height. And given my frame and the way I'm built, well, it's not going to be a 700 gram carb day. So it is now actually 9:45. I am going to have a late breakfast. What I did is that before my run earlier this morning, I had half a bagel with flora and golden syrup. After my run, I had the other half of the bagel with flora and golden syrup again. And now I'm going to make some porridge. So as I mentioned, I'm going to try to keep this carb loading day low FODMAP as much as I can. Put it simply, a low FODMAP diet is a way of eating that limits certain types of carbohydrates that are potentially not greatly absorbed by the gut. FODMAP is the acronym for all the types of sugars involved. These ones potentially can cause GI distress, ranging from bloating to more severe issues. Now, I'm not strictly doing low FODMAP because, one, it is very tricky. It's not just about the types of foods, it's also about the quantities. For instance, you can have oats up to a certain amount that is low FODMAP. If you go higher, then it becomes high FODMAP. And also, I've not been diagnosed with a gut condition that requires me to be strictly low FODMAP. But my plan for the actual pre-marathon carb load is to try and stick to low FODMAP foods. Basically keep it safe, reduce the risk of experiencing any kind of GI distress on the day. The thing for doing that is that on a carb loading day, I'll be eating more carbs than I am used to. So to try and limit the risk of feeling sluggish and heavy and not great, I think it might be better if I try to prioritize types of carbs that are easier on the gut, easier to digest. I mean, at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm not an expert, but that's what I feel like doing for me. So the foods that I would normally eat on a typical day and that I won't be eating today are, for instance, dried fruits. So dry raisins, usually I have that in my oats, didn't today. No apples, no chickpeas, no mushrooms, no cauliflower and broccoli, which are my favorite veggies. You can't have whole wheat bread, no whole wheat pasta. Dairy, extremely limited as well. But once again, I am not strictly doing low FODMAP today. I'm just trying to do it as much as I can in a way that works for me. I won't be eating veggies the day before the marathon, but today I did have courgette at lunch with tofu and sweet potato that I mashed to make them easier to eat in larger quantity. I'm going to finish my lunch with this Greek yogurt. This is not quite low FODMAP. From what I understand, Greek yogurt is fine in small quantities. Honey is not fine, it is high FODMAP, but honestly, there's just a little bit in this yogurt. And also there is 20 grams of carbs. I find yogurt really easy to eat, and I do need to up the carbs right now, so I'm gonna eat that. Shortly after, I made a start on these crackers, which turned out to be quite easy to mindlessly snack on, so that gave me an extra 40 gram carbs. And then my big snack of the afternoon was a bagel with flora, banana, and golden syrup. I'm not even sure that I'm gonna hit 8 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight. At the start of the day, I thought it was gonna be fairly easy because I'm a lightweight. I thought, well, the total amount of carb, isn't that high. Surely it's doable. I don't track my food usually, so I don't really have an idea of what my usual carb intake is, and therefore no idea of what is the step up between a normal day and a carb loading day. It's good that I'm giving it a go today because I am realizing a few things that I'd rather realize 9 weeks out rather than the weekend of the marathon. One, it is actually harder than you think to carb load. Unless you want to stuff your face with jelly babies and things like that, you really have to plan your day. Two, I should probably have front-loaded the carbs more in the morning. And three, I'll probably need to experiment with carb mixes because drinking your carbs is probably easier as well to help top up the total amount. So I managed to find some extra appetite in the afternoon and I shared the bagel with Ben. Now it is dinner time. I'm going to have scrambled eggs and half a pack of rice. This will take me to almost 8 grams of carbs per kilo. A few grams short, but I think it's close enough and good enough for today. Glad I managed to keep it largely low FODMAP. Hopefully I wake up feeling great tomorrow and we'll see how the long run goes. It is long run day, got up at 5, had my coffee and my Sturker rice bar. Now let me tell you about this long run, which Ben has called broken tempo. So I start with 5k easy and then I've got 8k on the fast end of my steady pace, back to 3k easy, and then 5k tempo effort, 2k easy, another 3k tempo effort, and then finish with 6k easy. So basically half of this long run will be at some kind of effort pace. I just never did that much tempo effort within a long run, let alone such a long run like today. So we'll see how that goes, but honestly I woke up this morning feeling energized and ready to go. It is a shame that the weather is just not playing ball today. It's incredibly windy, 18 miles per hour with really strong gusts. I decided to wear carbon shoes, which I don't usually do because in my mind this run was mission critical. It needed to go as well as possible. And I packed 4 gels with me that was 134 gram carbs. To be fair, outside of the brief gust, the wind wasn't as bad as I anticipated, so that was a relief. And I went to bed the night before wondering if doing this carb load was a stupid idea. Let me tell you, I didn't think for 1 second it was stupid when I was running because I felt absolutely incredible and it showed in my splits. Now, it wasn't easy, but I was running within myself and I felt strong all the way. I was especially pleased to hold the pointy end of my tempo pace, and the steady block was also faster than planned, and even the easy blocks between efforts were more on the steady side. I didn't fade, couldn't have gone any better. In fact, I ran faster than expected. Oh my gosh, I did it! And I smashed it, if I say so myself. I can't believe how well today's long run went. I am so happy with it. Today's run gave me such a confidence boost. And yes, I was wearing carbon shoes that helped with the pace, but also really the carb load did help. Like the way I felt, absolutely fantastic. And now I know what I can do in terms of carb loading. Now the thing is, post run, I am really not hungry and I know that I am more depleted than I feel right now and I need to refuel. I just feel like my last gel is still like right here. So I've gone for liquid refuel. I'm using this recovery shake by Ministry Nutrition. I did half a frozen banana for a little bit more carbs. It's going down quite well. I don't think I'm going to be eating anything else this morning. Probably going to have a big lunch and some substantial snacks this afternoon. I don't even know if it was useful to anyone for me to film this. Let me know in the comments if you made it to this point. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here and you've not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Bye!